Now all the tax collectors and sinners were drawing near to Jesus to listen to him. But the Pharisees and the scribes grumbled, saying, "This man receives sinners and eats with them." So Jesus told them this parable. What man among you who has 100 sheep and loses one of them does not leave the other 99 in the wilderness and go after the one that is lost until he finds it? And when he does find it, he rejoices as he lays it on his shoulders. Then he returns home and calls together his friends and neighbors, saying to them, "Rejoice with me, for I have found my lost sheep." I tell you, in the same way, there will be more joy in heaven over one sinner who repents than over 99 righteous people who have no need of repentance. Or suppose a woman has 10 silver coins and loses one of them. Does she not light a lamp, sweep the house, and search carefully until she finds it? And when she does find it, she calls together her friends and neighbors, saying, "Rejoice with me, for I have found my lost coin." In the same way, I tell you, there is joy in the presence of God's angels over one sinner who repents. Then he said, "There was a man who had 2 sons. The younger of the two said to his father, 'Father, give me the share of property that will belong to me.' So the father divided his assets between his 2 sons. A few days later, the younger son gathered together all that he had and went on a journey to a distant country, and there he squandered his property by living recklessly. When he had spent all that he had, a severe famine arose throughout that country, and he began to be in need. So he went and hired himself out to one of the citizens of that country, who sent him to his fields to feed pigs. The young man longed to fill his belly with the carob pods the pigs were eating, but no one gave him anything. When he came to his senses, he said, 'How many of my father's hired workers have an abundance of bread, while I perish with hunger? I will arise, go to my father, and say to him, Father, I have sinned against heaven and before you. I am no longer worthy to be called your son. Make me like one of your hired workers.' So he arose and went to his father, but while he was still far away, his father saw him and was moved with compassion. So he ran to his son, threw his arms around his neck, and kissed him. Then the son said to him, 'Father, I have sinned against heaven and before you. I am no longer worthy to be called your son.' But the father said to his servants, 'Bring out the best robe and put it on him. Put a ring on his finger and sandals on his feet. Bring the fattened calf and kill it. Let us eat and celebrate. For this son of mine was dead, but is now alive again. He was lost, but has now been found.' And they began to celebrate. Now his older son was in the field, and as he came and drew near to the house, he heard music and dancing. So he called one of the servants over and asked him what was happening. The servant said to him, 'Your brother has come, and your father has killed the fattened calf, because he has received your brother back safe and sound.' But the older son was angry and would not go in. So his father came out and began pleading with him. But he said to his father in response, 'Behold, all these years I have served you and have never disobeyed your command, yet you have never given me even a young goat so that I could celebrate with my friends. But when this son of yours came, who has devoured your assets with prostitutes, you killed the fattened calf for him.' The father said to him, 'Son, you are always with me, and everything I have is yours. But it was proper to celebrate and rejoice, for your brother was dead, but is now alive again. He was lost, but has now been found.'"